I'm ordering you out of the car. I'm like, you know what? Respectfully, I'm going to refuse. This is a traffic ticket, a fix-it ticket at that. Well, I'm going to break this glass and pull you out the car. Peek, peek, peek. He's hitting on the window. Peek, 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 peek. He can't break the fucking glass. Tell me what you think, man. If you're sitting in a bulletproof car, would you have opened the door to let these motherfuckers fuck with you further? My boy Double O Negro back then, they were making bulletproof cars for rappers and celebrities and stuff like that, right? I had these two Chryslers. I had the 300 and the Magnum, right? So he had taken my Magnum back to his shop, and they had armored the whole motherfucker. I mean, it was bulletproof like a motherfucker, right? I had just got out of jail.
All right, and I got, this shit thick. Look how thick this fucking window is. You see what I'm saying? They bulletproof right now, so don't roll down the windows.
I was drinking one night. It was some things happening. The window would only come down like an inch or two, like about 2 inches max. That was it, because it was bulletproof glass. It had nowhere to go in the thing. And that was only for document exchange, they call it, right? I can say now I was probably shouldn't have been drinking. Shouldn't have been driving. One of those two connected anyway. I see the red and blue lights. Boop! Oh my God. Damn. I pull over to the side, no problem. Now remember, this motherfucking thing is bulletproof. And everybody talks about this car. Oh, it was nice. There were a lot of things that were not nice about this car because it had solid rubber tires, which means it rode like shit. And you hit a pothole, bop, like damn. You know, it was a thing. And so I had avoided a pothole in this core because I saw it's foothill division. You know, you drive around up there and you see a pothole. I swerved like this to go around it and come back, which put me over the center line and back. What they call it, left of center violation. You know, and then the motherfucking cop. The reason why he stopped me, the legal reason why he stopped me, is because I had a license plate light out, right? And I roll the window down like casually to roll, and it goes and stops. That's it. It won't roll down no more. So, if y'all familiar with the LAPD, they want you to roll your window all the way down because they told you to, you know. Anyway, dude comes up and he's like, "Yeah, you need to roll this window down." I said, I "This is as far down as this window's gonna go." And he's getting mad at me, and he's like, he instantly goes to ego. He gets badge heavy from the outset, right? He's like, "Hey, you better roll this goddamn window. I fucking told you, roll this fucking window down." Something like that. I was drinking. I don't recall everything that he said like that. I said, this window's going to go down. So I grabbed the registration. I grabbed my ID. I slide it out the window to the dude. He trucks back to the car, does whatever. And he's like, "Yo, the reason why," and then he comes back. "Well, the reason why I stopped you is because you got a license plate light out." Well, they had done all this extensive shit to this vehicle. You know, maybe they forgot to connect the light. I don't know. License plate light in the back. But remember, California is reflectorized. You hit it with a light, you can see the fucking plate. It wasn't a problem. But this guy it was a matter of this motherfucker being badge heavy. His ego had gotten in front of him being a cop. "Well, you need to roll this window down because I think I smell alcohol or some marijuana or something." I said, "Or something, huh?" Yeah. I laughed because it was funny to me. I mean, I've been drinking. I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't rolling this window. The window ain't going no further down than it is, dog." And he's like, "Well, you roll this goddamn window down, or I'm gonna break this window and pull you out the car." Now I'm laughing because that's not gonna happen. I'm in a bulletproof ass vehicle. This window's like 4 inches thick. He hasn't even noticed it because it's nighttime. And I'm like, that's definitely not gonna happen. Out of all the stuff that's happened tonight and all the stuff you said, number one, you ain't breaking this window, and number two, you ain't dragging me out this car. So I'm ordering you out of the car. I said, "For a license plate light? What's really going on?" I said, "I'm not doing it. You write in my ticket, I'll be on my way, sir." You know, and I was being cool. I mean, I was laughing because, I'm drinking. I'm not. Anyway, man, I'm laughing my ass off. I'm back there, yeah, that nigga. So Another car rolls up. Now there's two motherfucking cars. Then I'm sitting there, and so the dude comes up and goes, "Why don't you want to roll the window down?" I said, "Look, I'm not trying to get in a confrontation with the police. You know, it would be stupid of me to be in this car, a bulletproof car, and get shot by the police. Would that not make any sense, right?" So the guy says, "Bulletproof." I said, "You see the glass? This is a bulletproof vehicle. I've been shot at many times, you know. So I get my ticket. I'll be on my way." So the one cop tries to tell the other guy, you know, says, "Hey, the reason why he's not rolling the window down is because it's bulletproof. Won't go to." He said, "No, no, no. They're telling him to open the door and get out the car." So he walks down, boom, 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 badge heavy like a motherfucker, mean mugging. "Get out the goddamn car. Open that fucking door and get out. I'm ordering you out of the car." I'm like, you know what? Respectfully, I'm gonna refuse. This is a traffic ticket, a fix-it ticket at that. I'm not getting out of the car and let you escalate this to some bullshit. I got enough fucking problems with y'all motherfuckers. And he says, "Well, I'm gonna break this glass and pull you out the car." Tell me what you think, man. If you're sitting in a bulletproof car, would you have opened the door to let these motherfuckers fuck with you further? And it's supposed to be for a bullshit fix-it ticket anyway? Come on, man. I've been drinking. So I started laughing. I'm like, I said, all this shit you talk about, that's not going to happen. So I said, well, so am I getting my ticket or not? He says, "Get out the car." I said, "Just give me the ticket." "Get out the car." I said, "Just give me the ticket." "Get out the car." I said, "I'm not getting out of the car. I'm not going to have a confrontation with the LAPD in a bulletproof vehicle and get shot by the police. That's going to be the stupidest thing in the world. I'm not fucking with that. That's why I got a goddamn bulletproof vehicle, so motherfuckers like you don't get to needlessly shoot a motherfucker." So I snapped the fucking, the window had this thing called snap. When you lowered the window down, it was for document exchange. It would go down like about 2 inches, right? And when you pulled the thing called snap, it was pop that window up quick, bam, like this, like you use something like, I said, bop, the thing said, boom. So this motherfucker, right? He mad. Ah! Remember, the other cop done told him already, the motherfucker bulletproof. He don't want to hear that shit. He pulls this motherfucker little antenna like baton. He pulls a and it comes out, right? The extendable baton, they call it. And I'm looking at this motherfucker, and he starts bamming on the window, thinking he gonna break this glass. Let me tell you something. When you know you sitting behind an impenetrable fucking thing, and a motherfucker takes this thing as a peek, 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 he's hitting on the window, peek, peek, peek. This motherfucker swinging his ass off, peek, peek, peek. He can't break the fucking glass. So I start laughing. And they got a thing on the thing where you could communicate with people outside the vehicle where you hit the button and they can hear you laughing. I'm like, ah, ha, ha. Now remember, we're on Foothill and it's late at night and you can hear me laughing. I laugh loud because I thought it was funny. Another car shows up in front of me this time. And all this shit. This motherfucker, God, he's fucking doing this shit on the window over and over. He goes over to another window. He tries that one. It's a bulletproof car. You ain't getting in it with a goddamn baton, nigga. You ain't doing it. The funny thing is, they had this thing called the CIP, the chemical irritant projector, which I could have pulled like this on the center console that would spray pepper spray out all over the vehicle, all over the outside, so motherfuckers would get sprayed. And it was tempting as a motherfucker to do it. It was tempting as a motherfucker. So, car to pull in front of me was the sergeant. He gets out, he comes over to the window. Bop, 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 bop. I couldn't understand him. And I looked to see where that badge heavy motherfucker was at. I didn't see him. So I pushed the button, it comes down like 2 inches. He's okay. The guy's ordering me out of the vehicle because we're going to arrest you right now for 148 PC. And that's, obstructing the police. I said, look, Sarge, I said, the reason why I'm in a bulletproof vehicle is because I get stopped by you, LAPD, all the fucking time, which was true. Because usually I was doing something illegal. But this time, I was drinking. I don't know if I was doing nothing illegal. I was just driving down the street and the guy stopped me. So the sergeant says, okay. I said, well, I've given my documents, information. All I'm expecting is my ticket. I'm going to drive off and go home. Sergeant goes, well, I can't argue with that. He walks back to the guy, and I can see the guy in the rearview mirror. because it had this thing where you could look behind the car in a monitor, and he's like a fucking monkey, a monkey in the fucking cop uniform, and he's doing this shit. So the sergeant's looking at him like, okay, well, this kind of shit, right? Sergeant comes back over and says, well, okay, well, I can't pass my ticket book through your window because it's only 2 inches down. I said, this vehicle's bulletproof. That's all it's gonna go down. I said, you take the ticket off, hand me the pen, I'll sign it, I'll go to court. Cop couldn't argue with it. And this is before dash cams. So cop couldn't argue with that. Sergeant couldn't argue with that. You pass the thing through, I sign it, I send it back. They tear off my copy, boom, hand it back to me, right? And I can hear him in the background, no, get him out of the car. I'm arresting him. I'm doing this. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they had to let me go. So I drove off. But in the mail, I got this fucking summons, man. It was like fucking, it had all these motherfucking charges and shit. But the comedy was they couldn't smash my window. They couldn't violate my shit. And the funny part about it was I know that motherfucker's still mad about that shit to this day because that motherfucker was, the way he was bamming on the glass, he was waiting for it to break so he could snatch the door open and all that shit. And that was the night we weren't playing it. Tell me what you think, man. If you're sitting in the bulletproof car, would you have opened the door to let these motherfuckers fuck with you further? And it's supposed to be for a bullshit fix and ticket anyway? Come on, man. What do you think? Let me know, because people always say, oh, you shouldn't have done it. You were drinking that night. Yeah, I was. But, I was safe driving. I didn't hit nobody. I wasn't doing no fucked up shit. The reason why he stopped me is because the license plate light was out. Because whenever they took the vehicle apart, they never put the wire back connected to the fucking light and all that shit, making it bulletproof. So, yeah,